Hi everyone, my name is Max, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about the threats that antibiotics and livestock bring to both humans as well as the animals that they are given to. So first off, how many people here enjoy eating at Chipotle? Okay, a little while ago, there were cases of E. coli found in several Chipotle locations across the country. Now, you might be wondering as to how E. coli is brought up upon in chicken and steak and other meats at popular restaurants like Chipotle. They claim that their meat is antibiotic-free. However, Chris Arnold, Chipotle's director of public relations, stated that under our protocol, if an animal is sick and needs to be treated with antibiotics, then it's treated with antibiotics. With that being said, I personally don't trust to eat meat that comes from a source that may use antibiotics and that may make me sick. Most of the time when we take a bite out of the food that we are eating, we don't think that it's possibly going to kill us or even just make us sick. This is why antibiotics used in livestock has been viewed as a problem in several places around the world. The purpose of this speech is to spread the awareness of the effects that antibiotics and livestock have on humans. According to the Center for Disease Control, in the United States, 2 million people are affected by antibiotic resistance every year. On top of that, there are roughly 23,000 deaths that result from this. This disaster is only increasing as well. Now, I've only been to a farm a couple of times in my life, but when I think about what a farm looks like, I picture a large area of land with cows, pigs, chickens, horses, and so on. And I picture these animals separated from each other with a lot of place to roam around so that they can live comfortably. However, what a lot of farmers have been doing is they have these factory farms like the picture you can see. And in these farms, they're kept in areas and they're really close to each other and they're always touching each other as well. And this is what leads to how antibiotic resistance is spread between one animal to another. After the antibiotics are given to the animals and after the antibiotic resistance is built up and spread between the animals, the antibiotic resistance could begin to build up in the humans that are consuming the meat. The problem and the use of antibiotics are only increasing. We need to become more aware of the situation at hand. In the United States, the amount of antibiotics used in humans is 30%, and with that being said, 70% of these drugs are sold to the farmers for their animals. Clearly, the antibiotics being used towards these animals are way too high. In order for the number of antibiotics to decrease, we must, 1, be aware of the threats that it can bring towards humans, and 2, try and find alternatives in treating these animals without using these drugs. In order for us to diminish the use of these drugs on livestock, we must find alternatives that help in treating disease, as well as help in the growth production of the animal. Some alternatives that help for disease prevention are giving them vaccines, immune modulators, as well as improving the living conditions of the animals. Some alternatives for the improved growth production are probiotics, as well as in-feed enzymes. Altogether, animals that are raised more naturally, instead of drug-dependent, tend to be healthier and less resistant to antibiotics. So clearly, antibiotics in livestock have shown to not only be a problem in the world, but is also an increasing problem. Looking at the number of people that have been affected from antibiotic resistance and knowing that it's only getting worse, we can see that in 50 years how massive these numbers are going to end up being. The treatment for a situation like this in the future will be a lot more difficult than it would be today. I had a chance to go visit my friend Jack, who works on a cattle farm over the summer in Wisconsin, and he was able to show me the animals, the land which they live in, and even some of the practices that they do there. All during that time, I was able to see how much he loved working there and how much he loved raising the animals with care. I wish that in all farms, people would be able to treat animals in a natural way and stray away from using antibiotics. However, I'm unable to make this difference all by myself. Our first step in pushing for a decrease in the use of antibiotics is to change our viewpoint on the situation. We must look at antibiotics as a drug and stop looking at it as a tool to help the animal. They should only be used when it's necessary. In 2012, the meat consumption of Americans was roughly 52 billion pounds. Personally, meat products are a big part of the food that I eat, and decreasing the use of antibiotics given these animals allows us to consume the meat more safely. Overall, we have to act now by spreading the awareness of the possible effects that they may have on all of us. One way I challenge you guys to stay up with this is by following Twitter account at Save Antibiotics, just to stay up to date with the situation at hand. Thank you.